Hey, good morning, everyone. Sunday, January 23rd. What a great weekend it's been for sports fans all over the world. It's My Guy Knows a Guy on the SportX Insights YouTube channel. We're going to attack this schedule today. It's been a great week. It's been a great week launching the earlier videos. We've gone 6-1-1 in the earlier videos from the previous night. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's been supporting the movement, watching the early content, enjoying the content, and especially profiting from the content. Good morning to everyone. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and take a second to hit the like button. I'm just going to send one tweet out, and then we're going to go through the entire schedule. 11 NBA games today to bet on SportX.bet. If you're interested in the platform, check it out. Free crypto sportsbook owned by its community. Took a bit of a break from NBA yesterday. It's, I did have Lauri Markkanen under 14.5 points. Personally, I won that bet. He got injured at halftime, so I think I got a bit lucky with that bet. He had 9 points, so apologies to all. Did not share the banger yesterday, but we could have easily kept it going, and we're going to try to keep it going today. So hit the like button, and I'm going to pull up the odds right now on SportX.bet. So much to share today, so much to get into. Let me just send a quick tweet out, and I'm going to get as many people in here as possible, and we will continue. Yes, I should do this before the live stream. All right, done. All right, cool, everyone. Yeah, so 11 games today. Not much to really discuss from yesterday. Did learn a couple of things. I did have a chance to watch the Cavs Thunder game, actually. That game actually was a bit entertaining, more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, wax slate, though. Wasn't really interested. 11 games today, like I said. Let's get into it. I'm pulling up the odds on SportX.bet. We will start with the New York Knicks against the LA Clippers. And yeah, once again, I will tell you at the end of the video which one of these bets I'm most likely to put my money on. But, I'm trying to keep the volume low overall. But these are all looks that I have capped, predictions that I have made for today's schedule. It's been a great week. Just in a really great mood, Nothing can defeat positivity. When you're showing love, taking care of people around you, nothing can defeat positivity. Just remember that, everyone. How about Bismack Biyombo, though? Bismack Biyombo is going to be a name in the playoffs. Remember that, everyone. If they get Toronto Biyombo, it's over. If they get Toronto Biyombo, it's over. All right, Knicks, Clippers. Let me just pull up my notes. The Knicks right now are -4 on the spread. The total is up to 206. It was 205.5 just before the live stream. It is inching up. We have seen I would call it a disturbing trend of New York Knicks contests, games. The team's starting off very slow. They've been getting booed by their own fans recently. A lot of pressure in the local media and in the national media, particularly centered around the lackluster play of Julius Randle. It seems like he hasn't taken a full step back from last season, but he's definitely at least taken a half step back. He was nearly a 5-star player for about at least 70% of the season last year. We've only seen glimpses and flashes of that Julius Randle from last year. However, as we look into today's game, sometimes in the NBA, pressure culminates, it reaches a boiling point at sometimes in the NBA. I don't think the Knicks are there just yet, but I do think they have enough talent to get over this Clippers team, who have been, to me, what they've been doing recently is unsustainable. They're putting out different lineups on different nights. It's going to be an extremely unpopular pick, but I do think the Knicks are going to take these guys out today. I was watching the game against the Pelicans on Thursday. The embarrassment that they felt with this many days to think about it. They are a much deeper team. This is a pick not many people are going to like, but I do think the Knicks are going to find a way to take these guys out. It's very possible the Clippers will punch first. We have to remember the early time zone difference as well for the Clippers. The total in this game has gone up. Let me just pull up a couple of plays that I do like in this game. Well, one play I like in this game is Reggie Jackson under 15.5 points for the LA Clippers. He's another player that I have targeted as unsustainable in terms of what his production over the last couple of games. He has sort of erupted, but the Knicks, they still try to pride themselves on the defensive identity that has been infused in them from Tom Thibodeau. I still think that he has control over his team. On the interior, it's going to be difficult to drive on this Knicks team today. I'm foreseeing a difficult night for Ivica Zubac and Reggie Jackson today. I've got Reggie Jackson to go under 15.5 points, and I like the Knicks to cover the 4-point spread. System's saying to take this game over, but that's the one pick I'm going to go against and just kind of ignore it for this particular game. The Clippers, they start off really, really slow in early games as well. The Knicks do as well. Contrarian logic would say to take this game to go over. The market seems to support that as well. The total is increasing, and the Knicks are due for a much better offensive performance. They're due for a much better offensive performance. They've had a couple of days to practice, to tinker. This team is overperforming in the LA Clippers. They're still solidly in a play-in spot, okay? They put out many different lineups, but there's one particular thing that is going to hurt the Clippers today tremendously, and that is the glass, the rebounding edge. Even in the games recently where the Knicks have been losing, they have heavily out-rebounded their opponent. They've been losing the turnover differential battle against their opponents. They've been shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to ball security, and the bench has somewhat taken a step backwards. This is a bench that I speak highly of. Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin. You have a couple of guys coming off the bench, Alec Burks, that can provide a punch. The plus minus and the advanced metrics, especially defensively for the bench players of the Knicks, is much better than the starters. Look for them to play with more juice, more emphasis on locking down defensively. And I just think that the Knicks bench today is going to be the story of the game. Let's see if that prediction holds true. We have 10 other games to discuss, so if you don't really like this one, I definitely understand if you don't want to bet this. I have an entire list of picks to share for today, and if you're going to watch this game as a fan, at the end of the day, these are two teams that are under 500, that have heavy playoff aspirations. The Clippers, because of them essentially selling their soul for Paul George, mortgaging their future for Paul George, and then you have the New York Knicks that came into this season with pretty high expectations, maybe somewhat inflated expectations, but in hindsight, I think that the expectations that the Knicks had were deserving. Look at what they did last season. It's pretty surprising what they're doing this year, but I've been heavily critical of the acquisitions of Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, two players that I have not really been a fan of in the past in terms of pushing their teams over the edge. Evan Fournier's had a lot of chances to try to fit in. I just don't see it. He's extremely inconsistent, although I do have him listed as one of the New York Knicks players that could play better against this Clippers team. This Clippers team, when it comes to rebounding, is basically Zubac. When he comes out of the game, what's going to happen? What's really going to happen in this particular, excuse me, everyone, in this particular game? Take a second to hit the like button, everyone. I'm just gonna continue rapid fire. Take a second to hit the like button. I hope everyone has a great day today on Sunday. Positivity reigns supreme. Do not ever forget that. Keep positive people around you and keep going up. Let's go. Let me say hey to everyone in the chat. I didn't even look at the chat actually, because I'm not exactly sure how long I'll be here. What's going on, Steven? Good morning, bro. Good morning. Good morning, Uncle Say. Good morning, Crypto Wiz, Tim Halder. Everyone, like the video. We have about 60 people watching at this early hour. Hit the like button. And if you don't have time as well to watch the full video, there is a shorter video with two props that I jumped on last night. One of them I'm very happy I jumped on because it's already been steamed. I knew it was going to happen. It's already been steamed. Go back, check out the video. Let's see how it goes. Sumner said Clippers +4. Let's see how it goes, bro. System pick for the Knicks for me today. I'm not going to stay on this game for too long because this game could leave a sour taste in everyone's mouth. We're going to move on in just 1 second. Ayo's assists. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu has been playing very, very well. I have him listed for points today, although the book I'm using does not have his points listed available just now. We're going to get into that Bulls Magic game. Very, very interesting game. Good morning, Tiara. How are you doing? I hope you have a great day today. Tim Halder, Trash Boat Nathan, bro, you're so kind. Too real, so kind. Steven, how's it going? Crypto Wiz, just said that already. My dog Akbar, Sam, how's it going, everyone? Okay, let's continue. So yeah, that's just about it for me. I'm going to end up placing a small bet on the Knicks on the point spread in this particular game. I lean towards the over. I'm not going to play it. And I do like Reggie Jackson to go under his points total. That one could be a bit sweaty, but I do think that the Knicks, they have to. Look at what he's done over the last 3 games. Defensively, you have to give him different looks. Throw the kitchen sink at him. I think we get a Tom Thibodeau game plan game today on Reggie Jackson. We stop Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson. We keep him under his points total today. The Knicks win comfortably. He has been a catalyst. The synergy he has with Nicholas Batum is a threat to the Knicks, but I still like them today. All right, moving on, everyone. 2 teams that are desperate for a win. Other teams that, when you look at the standings, you would assume at this point in the season they would turn it on. They have quality pieces on the roster. Essentially, today, unfortunately, they have to cancel each other out today. The Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics. I lean towards the Celtics in this game. No one's really going to like that pick at -1.5. The odds have shifted, but I think when you look at the rosters, the Celtics are the team that's more under pressure today. There are going to be dramatic changes to the Celtics if they continue their poor run of form. This is exactly the sort of game the Celtics would win in a scenario where no one takes them. What did I say on the live stream right here? You guys are my witness. You guys were watching. I said that the Celtics were going to lose against the Blazers. Go back, check the tape. I said they were going to lose against the Blazers, and I won't be surprised when it happens. I do not trust the Boston Celtics in the environment of a favorite. Okay? Look at the statistics. Look at the stats. Since the midway point of last season, they're not a team that I trust in the role of favorite. Unless there's max desperation, max negative sentiment. That's what we need for the Boston Celtics. It seems like that's the only time they want to play basketball, is when their backs are up against the wall. This game is very, very scary, however, because you can make the same argument for the Washington Wizards. They lost their last 2 games by a combined 5 points, and they were competing in both games against the Brooklyn Nets, against the Toronto Raptors, a game that I called out the other day, had the Raptors on this live stream, said the Raptors are going to win that game. The Washington Wizards, though, in this game, they're just as desperate as the Celtics. Something's telling me the Celtics are just a bit more desperate, and they're going to figure out a way to take these guys out today. The Wizards the Wizards beat these guys earlier in the season, twice, I believe. Yeah, twice. And you look at the Wizards now. After that amazing 12-game start to the season, they are not the same team. They're not rebounding the same. They're not defending the same. And the 3-point shooting percentages of all their role players have decreased from that after that hot start. It's decreased. They're not getting the same efficiency from their guys. Going into this matchup, they are getting their coach back. Wes Unseld Jr. has been off the bench, the head coach of the Washington Wizards, for a while. I'm probably going to fade Wes Unseld Jr. today in his return to the bench. Give me the Celtics here, -1.5, I think, by the end of the game. I do want to share something very, very interesting, though, because I know these first 2 games, just bear with me, everyone. I'm going to get to the best picks of the day, the best, okay? These are I'm going in order of time. Look at some of the sports betting volume from the early bettors on SportX.bet right here. Check it out. There's only been $10 bet from the verified bettors on SportX.bet so far. $10 compared to thousands of dollars for a few of these other games. The market agrees with what I'm saying. Many, many people are going to choose to stay away from this Knicks game and from this Celtics game. That's what I think. When it comes to the total, no play for me. There's one other angle that's very, very interesting in that game, and I want to know everyone's opinion on this particular angle in the chat. Jason Tatum is in the worst 3-point shooting slump of his career, of his entire career. He has gone 0 for 13 from the 3-point line in the last 2 games. It's no surprise that they lost to the Hornets when your best player has gone 0 for 13. He went 0 for 7, then he came back with 0 for 6 from the 3-point line. I'm reading reports that his shooting mechanics have changed. Jason Tatum, the local media in Boston are getting on him right now. Today is a big game for Jason Tatum personally, okay? Over the last couple of games, you've seen his 3-point prop go from over 3.5 at minus 130, minus 140 for 3.5 threes to go over. Then it's over 2.5, minus 150 for a stretch of games. Now over 2.5 plus 120. They're paying you more to take the over. He's still a high volume guy. Personally, I'm going to sprinkle Jason Tatum over 2.5 threes in a max desperation spot against the Washington Wizards, plus 120. Sprinkle for me, smaller size bet compared to the bets from last night, but that's something I really like in this game. If he does not go over his 2.5 threes today, he's done. He might get traded. I'm going to change everything I said about Jason Tatum if he doesn't hit 3 threes today. Absolutely embarrassing for run of form for his 3-point shooting. For someone that takes that many shots, it's absolutely embarrassing. Hey everyone, if you guys like the show, NBA Betting Today, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Plenty of NBA content and sports betting content in general on the way. Take a second to hit the like button. How do you guys feel about Jason Tatum's recent run of form as of late? Let me know in the chat. My dog HK said Jason bricked him. This guy, bro, I watched that game the other day. I watched it. I think it's worth a contrarian sprinkle on the over. We're going to get to some better plays, though. That's for the people looking for more stuff. Let's see how it goes. Just going to retweet. See how it goes, everyone. Actually, just pulling up the injury report to see. Yeah, in this game, we have Kyle Kuzma, probable to return. Marcus Smart, probable to return. 2 key role players. Smart's going to affect Schroeder, although he went under his points the last game. It seems like Schroeder plays better when Marcus Smart is in the lineup. I'm not going to say they have synergy, but that's another guy with his back up against the wall that Dennis Schroeder could be traded to Sacramento at any moment. Yeah, he settles too much. Just pull up underdog. Just pull up underdog. All right, cool, yeah. So nothing's changed in that game. My bad, everyone. The preparation I did for the injury report was about an hour before the live stream. The NBA 24-hour news cycle, things can change at any moment. You just want to make sure you're on the right side. So if I zone off for a second, I'm definitely just keying in on a piece of information or something. Don't even mind me. Let's continue, though. Let's get to the Heat. Not the Miami Heat yet, but the Heat picks. Yeah, so another prop that I would look at in this game, maybe to attack, is the over 3.5 assists for Al Horford. They're going to pay you a bit more for this prop today. He has gone under a lot of the times when Robert Williams is in the lineup with him. I did take him over 3.5 assists a couple of times without Robert Williams in the lineup. I still sort of like the prop today against the Wizards. Still have a bit of a sour taste in my mouth from the Siakam prop the other day that stopped our perfect run, though. I do project a much better performance today from both Al Horford and Jason Tatum. Desperation time for the Celtics. Let's see if the prediction comes true. Moving on to the next game. This is a game that I'm very, very eager to discuss. It's the Chicago Bulls versus the Orlando Magic. I know you didn't expect me to say that, but the Chicago Bulls have been decimated by injuries. We saw the hit job on Alex Caruso by Grayson Allen the other day. It's arguable that play wouldn't have been a flagrant 2. No, it was a flagrant 2 all day, but maybe wouldn't have caused as much of an uproar if it was any other player besides Grayson Allen and Patrick Beverley, the dirtiest players in the league. Although Bobby Portis is trying to take that crown too. Bobby Portis has been playing extremely dirty as of late. He needs to watch out. This particular game, Chicago Bulls, they're desperate for a win. The Orlando Magic are somehow worse than the Brooklyn Nets at home ATS. They're let me just make sure I'm saying it right. They're 4-15 ATS at home. This team is checked out a long time ago. As I said, different lineups every single game. They're tanking. the Orlando Magic, they really envision themselves trying to snatch that number 1 pick in the lottery by any means necessary, although the maximum amount of odds that they have to get it are roughly 1/4, so they're just going to lose as much as they can, and they still may not get the number 1 pick. The Orlando Magic are tanking, but the spread is really short here. The Bulls are very short-handed, but I think the books have overcompensated here. Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu have been very capable guards in the absence of Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso. They still have what it takes to cover against the Magic today. DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, they've been performing pretty well at the beginning of games while shorthanded. Billy Donovan's going to have this team ready to play today. It's just, I have this game listed as one of the most suspicious games of the day in terms of the line movement. For me, though, it's still Bulls or nothing in this particular game. I have some props to share if you're not comfortable laying the three. The Magic can win this game. You look over the next 15 games for the Magic, they only have 3 winnable games for me. One is today against the Bulls, and then they have upcoming games against the Pistons and the Rockets, I believe. They can lose both of those games and all of the upcoming games on their schedule. This team is absolutely horrendous in the second half of games. I'm telling you. Hey, what's up, HK? Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the BV3. Group chat going strong. Bulls -3. Appreciate you sharing the pick. And Wizards Celtics over 215. I'll take a look at that total a little bit closely as well, bro. But you've been going crazy. I appreciate the picks. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Tim. Okay, so the Bulls game. A couple of props that I like in this game. I will share the pick from the short video last night. It was Jalen Suggs under 16.5 points. Now, I'll be surprised. I know that the Magic have been playing different lineups, but I was surprised to see Jalen Suggs' points total to be set at 16.5. He's been playing much better offensively, and he's averaging 12 points overall on the season. He has been featuring heavily in the offense since his return from his wrist injury. He's playing. You have to always put yourself in the mind frame of these athletes. He missed about a month. He's seeing other guys, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey. He's seeing the other elite talents in the draft get a lot of love in the media while he's sidelined for an entire month. He comes back, he hits the ground running. That's the sign of a player that wants it. However, today I'm fading Jalen Suggs after his big offensive performance against the LA Lakers. I'm taking the under 16.5 points. That's official on that one. I think the Bulls, even without their guards, Ayo Dosunmu is still a highly above average defender. Lengthy arms. I think he can do it. I think he can stifle these guys today. He's also extremely young in his own right. Kobe White, looking for a better defensive performance from him on the perimeter. I just feel like it's unsustainable. You watch the game. I watched the game, Lakers Magic. I said it was a must-win game for the Lakers. They came through. Second half tank for the Magic came through. Big live betting opportunities in these Magic games. That's not an endorsement for today. But if the Magic are up at halftime, everyone, take them, bet against them in the second half. The Magic have lost more games in the NBA with a lead heading into the fourth quarter than any team in the NBA. They have lost 11 games. The game against the Lakers makes 11 games that the Orlando Magic have lost when leading going into the fourth quarter. That's ridiculous. The Phoenix Suns are undefeated when having a lead going into the fourth quarter. I'm not comparing the Suns to the Magic. I'm just showing you the polar opposite ends of the spectrum between the Magic and the Suns. One of the best and the absolute worst right now going into the fourth quarter. But the -3 is scary. The -3 is scary. Let's see if I can talk myself into jumping on the Bulls right here and jumping on this with my dog, HK. We may take this officially towards the end because I do have it listed. Official play, though. Jalen Suggs under 16.5 points. It's unsustainable. He attempted 10 free throws against the Lakers, and I just think it ends today. Just point blank. He's going to have to prove it to me, essentially, is what I'm saying to you, that he is in that ballpark of going over 16.5 consistently. He's going to have to prove it to me. If I lose my money today, Jalen Suggs has arrived. I said it as if my bet determines whether or not he arrives. Still plenty of picks to share, everyone. If you guys can hang tight, take a second to hit the like button. Very grateful to have 90 people watching right now. Hit the like button. Help the video get 90 likes while you are watching. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's NBA Betting Today. trying to go live every single day until the end of the NBA season and having fun with the NBA season as well. But it's big business. We're very, very serious about these bets. I hate to lose, and I have a really good feeling about today. So far, Jalen Suggs under 16.5 points. Let's see what that game brings. Oh, I have 2 other picks in that game too, though, listed. It's Kobe White over 4.5 assists and Kobe White over 3.5 threes plus 120. That might be a sprinkle for me. It's partially because of the very odd shift in odds for Kobe White coming off of the 0-9 performance. For it to be moved up to 3.5, you know, Vegas is telling us something about the perimeter defense of the Orlando Magic, everyone. This guy went 0 for 9, and now his 3-point prop is up to 3.5 at plus 120. What does that tell you? Is that a narrative? Is that a narrative? Kobe White over 3.5 threes may be worth a sprinkle if you're looking for another play in this game, but I went full unit on Jalen Suggs under 16.5 points. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Still 6 games to discuss, plenty of picks to discuss. Hang tight for a second, everyone. About to get to this Hawks-Hornets game, a game that may end up being the most entertaining basketball game of the day. That and the Nets-T-Wolves game. I would say the Jazz-Warriors game, but you know, no Donovan Mitchell, potentially no Klay Thompson. Let's see how it goes. I think Klay's coming back, though. We're going to get to that in 1 second. Let me just scroll the odds and pull it up on SportX. Hey, don't worry, HK. I really, really appreciate you. If they don't know now, they'll definitely know by the end of the season. Hey, I appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, Mario Harris, Armstrong. How's it going, everyone? Laffy401, D-Rob Visuals. I see you. And if you're not in the chat, you don't want to participate in the chat. I really, really appreciate you too. Really, really, really appreciate it, bro. That's what everything's about for me this year, man. Just being grateful. Lost a lot in my life, you know, in the past. Lost a lot. You have to be grateful for what you have, everyone. Have to be grateful. If one person was watching right now, I'd be highly, highly grateful. 1, 2, 3 people, it doesn't matter. You guys just try to infuse that sensibility into your life, you know? That sensibility into your life of being grateful, gratitude. Try to infuse that in your life. It's really, really important, and you never know how you'll be blessed in 5, 6 different ways down the road. It's crazy. Just feeling like we're in our prime right now. Let's keep it going, everyone. Wow, it's adjusted. We might be on the right side for that one. I took under 16.5 at minus 115 last night. Minus 115, under 15.5. I still like it. I still like it. Damn, I thought the odds were on the screen. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I'll just pull it up right now. I thought the odds were on the screen the entire time. I had my notes on the screen. Let me just pull it up and we'll continue. 6, my dog Akbar, what's up? Real talk. Legends in the chat. Absolute legends in the chat. You guys, legends, monsters, and you guys help me make me better. My bros HK in the chat, Katak Fitness, and Akbar, these guys help sharpen me, make me better. You gotta have people around you that sharpen you up, that make you better, that are even smarter than you. Honestly, okay, now that we're on that game, let's talk about whether it's a trap before I continue, okay? You have to realize that there are going to be people that bet the Magic aren't going to catch many dollars anyways, but the line itself reflects the injury status of the Chicago Bulls. It reflects the injury status of the Chicago Bulls. I think these guys are really, 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 really mad at what happened to Caruso. Sometimes there are exterior variables that really contribute to the performance of a team in the immediate next game. And I really do think that play was nasty on Alex Caruso, and it had not a positive effect, but it probably juiced these guys up, ready to roll. They felt attacked, they felt threatened, and I think they're going to come to play today. I think they're going to come to play today. 100. You know, let's see how it goes. Honestly, I like the Jalen Suggs angle a bit more, and I like the Kobe White stuff a bit more. If you can get Ayo Dosunmu props today, I would take that as well. Unfortunately, it wasn't listed for me. and we couldn't really share. We couldn't really share. So yeah, you guys can see the odds on the screen. We'll move on. Spurs 76ers. Spurs 76ers. Let me pull up my stuff. '76ers -2 on the road. We have a total up to 220.5. A couple of weeks ago, you guys know I was a bit early on the trend and just sort of recognizing it. The San Antonio Spurs, they like to go over at the house. It seems like as soon as that became public knowledge and everyone else is saying it, now they've regressed a bit in terms of the totals performance at home. They have a team in the Philadelphia 76ers that's coming off of a home loss. And I said, just like the Celtics on Friday night, you guys can say whatever, Freaky Friday, whatever. I said that if the Sixers lost to the Clippers on Friday, I will not be surprised because of the strange shift in odds movement in that game. I just don't bet very many 76ers games. If you guys have been following me for a while, especially since last year, you know that I do not bet very many 76ers games. I do think they have a good chance to win this game, though, but I'm not going to jump on it. A prop that I do like, though, is Tobias Harris, under 18.5 points, okay? Under 18.5 points for Tobias Harris. For me, this game is about matchups. It's about style of play. I do think when it comes to the game script coming off of the loss against the Clippers, Tobias Harris throwing up that many shots was not a winning recipe. I think they're going to lean even more on Joel Embiid today. You know, he went over in the absence of Seth Curry the other day, but I think he's going to get back closer to his average today and maybe inch under. I think this could be a bit sneaky, but I like Tobias Harris under 18.5 points in this spot. Now, Seth Curry is out. We saw the other day, I said you may want to get ahead of the line movement because I said there's a good chance that Seth Curry is going to be ruled out. There's a good chance. He said Harris is terrible. You know, Harris is still a vet. I think he's a serviceable player, just not compared to what he gets paid. Tobias Harris has one of the 5 worst contracts in the NBA. Let's just call it what it is. The Ben Simmons situation combined with the Tobias Harris contract is why Joel Embiid is currently wasting his prime. He's wasting his prime, okay? And it's not inconceivable that if they had another star that was getting paid as much as Tobias Harris, you can literally just close your eyes and pick and choose. And you had Ben Simmons on the court to provide some defense, that the Philadelphia 76ers would be overwhelming title contenders right now. Overwhelming title contenders. They have a really, really good team. All of their role players are very good. Tyrese Maxey, Georges Niang. Seth Curry has featured heavily in the offense. Furkan Korkmaz. Andre Drummond has found a solid role as a backup big. He is playing much better ever since he put his ego to the side. It took a lot for Andre Drummond to put his ego to the side. In his mind, he was a franchise guy as recently as 3 years ago on a bad team. Just sabotage what Elton Brand did to that team with giving Tobias Harris all that money, and they need Ben Simmons' defense on the court. But hey, Joel Embiid is on his revenge tour. For me in this game, I like Tobias Harris under 18.5 points. If I end up playing that, it'll be a lot smaller, everyone, but I just wanted to share that. Just want to let you guys know that Philadelphia team really is one move away from competing for a title. One move away. If they can somehow get that Tobias Harris contract off the books after they make a Ben Simmons trade, look out. Look out. All right, moving on, everyone. Not too much else on that game. Grizzlies, Mavericks. Okay, the Mavs, this guy said he's trash. I don't, for me, in terms of my entire bankroll, I withdraw like in a different, my actual bankroll, the number changes, it's fluid, because on SportX, like you can withdraw without even having to withdraw. You can withdraw right into your MetaMask. You know, the money's already in your MetaMask. So I can't really put it in terms of a percentage. I'll try to answer that question a bit later, SK. Yeah, the Mavs today. This is a team that's been a bit resurgent. They sort of, got embarrassed at home against the Suns the other day. I can't really say they were embarrassed. They're playing what I think is the best team in the league. So if you lose to the best team in the league, it's not necessarily your fault. But the Suns ended that game. They clamped down. Mikal Bridges clamped down. Chris Paul was clamping down. Devin Booker is playing the best defense of his career, everyone. They're going to start talking about this in 2 weeks, like on ESPN and stuff. But just remember we said it first. Devin Booker is playing the best defense of his career. Are you guys watching these Suns games? Is anyone watching the Suns games? Okay. The Mavs, for me in this game, no play on the spreads, although I'm not betting against the Grizzlies. I'm still not betting against the Grizzlies, and this is why. The prop market, a lot of guys are unavailable. There's no props available. That leads me to believe that they may get some talent back into the roster today. I think the Grizzlies have a chance to continue, to keep it rolling. My system's saying to take the Mavs. I'm personally probably going to override it. I think the Grizzlies have what it takes to run with these guys today, just by sheer determination. There are people are going to fade these guys just on the injury report alone. It's hard to take them without Desmond Bane. My favorite player so far this season, one of my favorite players so far this season. It's hard to take them with Desmond Bane in health and safety protocols. Their secondary scorer so far this season. But I do think the 1-2 punch, the pick and roll punch of John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., talking so fast, is still enough to get by the Mavs. I think they can upset them again. But I lean more towards them doing it in the first half. Yeah, all that Devin Booker doesn't play any defense. If anyone says that this season, they're not watching basketball. And they're a super casual. Devin Booker is playing the rest of that team is having an impact on him. He's playing the best defense of his career. I'm watching it. He's an intense defense. College basketball. I have a couple of thoughts for college basketball. Let's keep it going, everyone. I'm going to shift a lot towards first half spreads. So let's keep it going. College basketball, it's been pretty positive so far. Follow me on Twitter. Yeah, we need I was really sad that day. The day they said Desmond Bane, yeah, I'm about to get on that Hawks Hornets game. I'm about to see. I was really sad the day Desmond Bane entered health and safety protocols, everyone. I know everyone pretty much has been. He's been one of the fun stories in the NBA this season. I like self-made stories. I like to watch players that have been disrespected. He says he felt disrespected in the draft. So, yeah, 100%, everyone. Yeah, I'm about to get to that game right now, though. Damn, I keep getting a lot of alerts on my phone. Sorry for the distraction, everyone. Let me continue. We'll get out of here. It'll be a bit more rapid, and then I'll share the video, share some of the picks. I really appreciate everyone watching here. You guys don't know. When I see you guys in the chat, when I see you guys watching, I'll do this for free. I'll do this for, but I just really like talking about basketball. And you can tell by the speed and my cadence, I drank a cup of coffee before this. But let me get back to the game and pull up my notes. Got distracted for a second. Look towards Jaren Jackson's rebounds in this game, everyone. Maybe Steven Adams' rebounds as well. I think that we're going to get a max effort on the glass from the Grizzlies, win or lose. It's been a bit lackluster on the glass. I can see their coaching staff emphasizing effort on the glass, especially since the system is telling me to take this under, although I haven't. And I'll be honest, this particular game is not the strongest for me out of the 11. I know I said I had picks for every single game. The only thing I have listed on this game is the under, everyone. But I'm afraid to take Grizzlies games unders when they're undermanned, because the public is going to do so as well. It's a natural thing to take the under when you see a team being destroyed by the injury report. But this game, though, it's very suspicious to me that they did not offer any Ja Morant props or any props for this game. Watch the injury report for this game, everyone, until the very, very end. Watch it until the very end. It's just a trend that I'm noticing. Games that do not offer prop markets for their players, we see crazy news in the injury report like 3-4 hours later. Watch it. Yes, it's uploaded onto the channel. As soon as it's done, anyone, whenever you want to watch the live stream, you can watch it right here on the channel as soon as it's done. And we have chapters and timestamps on the games as well. You can just go right to the game you want to hear about. And hey, it is what it is. I'm really glad YouTube added that feature, and it makes it very easy for everyone to digest and absorb these live streams. It's a revenge game for Memphis. They're undermanned from the last time. I think we get that dog Memphis today. That's just me. Let's see how it goes. Don't bet the house on it, though. Don't bet the house on it. There are other looks for today. If someone goes up by 10 to 15 points in this game, take the other side live. And fade the Magic if they're up at the half. Yo, I just can't get away from that stat. Injury report news are coming in, everyone. Let me move on to the next game. This game is one of the more interesting games of the day, and apologies for skipping it. The Atlanta Hawks against the Charlotte Hornets today. This game is extremely interesting. I think it's going to be the most entertaining game of the day, everyone. These are two teams. The Hornets jumped out there to a lead on the Hawks in the division standings. The Hawks, they don't like it. They're 20-25. They're ascendant right now. Ascendant. I think the Hawks are still going to make the playoffs, even after that horrendous start they had, everyone. They needed some of the results that they had recently. They're getting a bit healthier. Trae Young is taking a role of leadership. John Collins, his play has improved. But there are conflicting dynamics in this game. I have to give respect to the Charlotte Hornets and what they've done. ATS at home. Teams have been getting smoked walking into that arena. They've been getting smoked. Sharp line right here, -3.5. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that the Hawks were still +3.5, but the overall performance of the season has been infused into the line here. I like the Hawks. I like the Hawks to keep it going. They're the better team to me with Clint Capella back in the lineup. He came off the bench last game. I think he's going to feature heavily in this game, and he's a major part of my handicap for this particular game. Okay, Clint Capella, wrecking ball. I've profited from particular matchup deficits in the past against the Charlotte Hornets, even in games where they win. Now, it's pretty surprising we haven't gotten any Clint Capella props. That's the only reason I didn't bet this game yet, is because I want to make sure that he's going to start. But I like the Hawks to win this game today against a team that they are more motivated to catch. Okay, more motivated to catch. Players on the Charlotte Hornets side, though, that I think will perform better today. LaMelo Ball, Kelly Oubre. I think LaMelo Ball goes over 18.5 points today. Win or lose, I think that is I don't like to use the word safe, but I like LaMelo Ball to go over 18.5 points. Nothing on his assists for me today. I like Trae Young over his assist total. I just can't give that officially right now because it was not listed. I didn't get any Hawks props, but if anyone can give me some help and assistance in the chat, let me know what's up with the Trae Young stuff. Yeah, hell yeah, Mangalia, if I pronounced that right. I hope I said your name right. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at MyGuyKnowsAGuy. I discuss sports betting. I try to help people make a profit from sports betting markets all year round. Basketball, college basketball, soccer, baseball. We even had a run in baseball last year. Did you guys forget that? College football. I just came off of my best college football season of my life. Okay, NBA. It's been a bit mixed results so far this season. Started out really well, had a bit of a cold streak, and then December was really good. Now, so far this month we're trying to reach that form, but one thing I can say is that this has been the best week of the month of January so far. Okay, let's continue. LaMelo Ball over 18.5 points. For me, I like the Atlanta Hawks plus 3.5. I like them to win the game plus 130. Let's see how it goes towards the end of the game. This one could be sweaty. We've seen some sweaty games between these two teams. And, yeah, stop playing parlays, bro. Stop playing parlays. If you're losing parlays, stop playing them. If you haven't profited from a parlay 5 days in a row, 4 days in a row, stop playing them. Take these bets as straight bets. Try to be above 50%. Build your bankroll up for a month. Have fun with it though. You know, this is not hating on any fun. Have fun with it. Play parlays, but I prefer not to play any parlays. And you know, 99% of my bets are straight bets. The occasional parlay, the occasional parlay, 99% of my bets are straight bets. Why wait for multiple? If you can't hit multiple outcomes, just try to hit one. Especially if you're going 3 out of 4, if 4 out of 5. If you're missing one pick every single day, stop playing straight bets. Parlays. LaMelo Ball over 7.5 assists. What's that PRA, Akbar? What about Trae Young? Do we get any assist prop markets for Trae Young? Yeah, that's about it for me in this particular game. I would look at LaMelo Ball's points over. I would look at Trae Young's assists, and I will look at the Hawks on the spread in this game. This will be one of the most entertaining games of the day, for sure. Yeah, when you play parlay, sportsbooks are laughing. They're laughing. Trust me. Young isn't out yet? Okay. Say less. Moving on, y'all. I have a couple more official plays, then I'll get out of here. It's been really fun. Really, really fun. We will be back tomorrow morning as well, everyone. Turn notifications right here on the YouTube channel so you never miss a live stream. And once again, we will have an early picks video for Monday tonight on the YouTube channel. So make sure you have notifications if you want to jump on the early lines. 3 times this week on the early videos, we've been on the right side of line movement and got even more money. Who doesn't want even more money? Moving on. T-Wolves, Brooklyn Nets. Short and sweet in this particular game. One of my official plays came in this game. D'Angelo Russell, over 6.5 assists. I got it last night at -125. Woke up today, it's at -145, everyone. You might want to increase it to a higher pay, 7.5 assists or something like that. But I've capped it at over 6.5 assists for D'Angelo Russell in this game. Patrick Beverley is listed as questionable. If he's going to hit it if Patrick Beverley doesn't play. If Beverley plays, I still think he hits that mark against his old team. This guy is an animal after losses, particularly when it comes to facilitating, when it comes to distribution. Coming off that loss the other day against the Hawks, I think he's going to be in. We're going to get prime D'Lo today, especially going up against the Nets. The Nets have not been playing very good pick and roll defense. Their other deficiencies have been hiding that. Essentially, they've been getting shredded on the pick and roll. Look at what DeJounte Murray did to them the other day. It's just that some of their other strengths, the star power of Kyrie Irving, the star power of James Harden, has been enough for them to absorb their lack of pick and roll defense. Give me D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists. I also like Anthony Edwards over 22.5 points, and I like Karl Anthony Towns over 1.5 threes. But my favorite play in this game is D'Angelo Russell. I also like the Timberwolves to win. I just haven't been betting very many Brooklyn Nets spreads, but I like the T-Wolves to win this game against the Brooklyn Nets tonight. They have the momentum behind them at home with the big three, the overall performance of the big three that they have. It's a very, very strange line when you look at the records for the T-Wolves to even be favored in this spot is very, very strange. I know that the Nets don't have KD, but I think the T-Wolves still have what it takes. You're going to see a pissed off Anthony Edwards today after he was ejected the other day. Maybe that'll be a catalyst for the team. But coming off of a loss, I like this T-Wolves squad today against the Nets. Give me the T-Wolves. Give me D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists in this game. All right. Moving on. Jaren Jackson's blocks have been cash. I'll take a look at that. I'm always looking for more markets to crush, more markets to profit from. I'm going to list some of the picks and get out of here, everyone. Take a second to visit SportX.bet, the crypto sportsbook owned by its community. We have a huge upcoming sports betting tournament, over 50K in prizes, SportX Tour, Satellite League. You guys can get invited to a larger tournament for even more money, depending on how you perform. Think of it like a PGA Tour. Enter the sports betting tournament. Send me a message on Twitter. I'll get you started on SportX. Join the tournaments. It's so fun. Check it out. I'm going to list some of the picks that I have for today. And then I'm going to get out of here, everyone. So I have Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic under 16.5 points. I have D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists. Those are my two favorite. Oh, wow. I didn't talk about the Raptors-Blazers game. Should I talk about the Raptors-Blazers game and then get out of here? Should I talk about the Raptors-Blazers game today? I'll keep it sweet. Short and sweet. I'm running it back with Pascal Siakam's assists. I'm taking Fred VanVleet over 22.5 points. Different performance in him at home without the fans. Different level of production for Fred VanVleet at home today. And I like the Blazers and the Raptors to go over 213. Okay? Just wanted to share that. Now back to the official picks. D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists. We have Jalen Suggs under 16.5 points of the Orlando Magic. Other plays that I like today. Jason Tatum over 2.5 threes plus 120. I like the Celtics minus 1.5. I like the Knicks minus 4. I like LaMelo Ball over 18.5 points. I like the Atlanta Hawks plus 3.5. I like the Raptors and the Blazers to go over 213. I like Reggie Jackson under 15.5 points. I like Kobe White over 4.5 assists, maybe something on his threes as well. I like Anthony Edwards over 22.5 points. Karl Anthony Towns over 1.5 threes made. And what did I say? Reggie Jackson under 15.5 points? I did. And Tobias Harris under 18.5 points, everyone. That's NBA betting today, live on YouTube. I will be back tomorrow morning here on YouTube, live. Maybe we'll have some guests as well. You never know. Check out the live. Check out the short 2-minute video tonight for early picks for tomorrow. If you guys enjoy your NBA betting today, it's My Guy Knows a Guy. Check out SportX.bet, the platform that you're seeing on the screen. Check it out, everyone. It's a great day, in a great mood. Might eat a second breakfast right now. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. Enjoy, everyone. Check me out on Twitter. I'm going to, if I like the card, I'll post some college basketball picks. Went 2-1 yesterday, and some soccer picks. Turn notifications on Twitter as well. And I will see everyone next time.